I'm tired, boss. That is your oyster ditch talking.
My just got roasted, yo!
Hello there, friends. Trace amounts of science. Promise swears he's just a fact. Go ahead, look it up. Welcome back to Redx. We're back into r/AmIOverreacting today. There's some extreme cases in here, and I think I'd like to look at a few more. Today we've got a woman who's getting letters from her coworker. He's a bit of a creep. Should be a lot of fun. We'll read between the lines and whatnot. And also, hey, thanks for being here today. Let's go ahead and get on into this thing. Am I overreacting? This is one of 3 letters I received from a guy that I haven't even been on a date with. OP says, I know I should always trust my gut, but I don't know if I'm overthinking this. This new guy at work, 36 male, and I, 28 female, started talking and flirting a bit, and we had made plans for the following week to hang out outside of work. Anyway, one day I get a message from him, and he says he has letters for me that express his feelings, and he was going to give them to me at work the next day. I posted the first letter, but I received 2 more as well, and I stopped talking to him briefly after the letters because this gut feeling was screaming, love bombing! I mean, we were only talking for a week at that point, only a month after he had transferred to my store, meaning I literally met him 1 month ago. I was interested in him, yeah, but this letter was too much to take after talking for just 1 week. Am I overreacting? I mean, it seems to me like he's excited. He's coming on a little strong, perhaps. Although at age 36, you should have the game a little more figured out than this. Whatever, let's go ahead and have a look at what he says in his own words. Dearest OP, where do I even begin? There's so much I want to say. So much I want to ask. I suppose the best place to start would be at the beginning. Oh yeah, riveting commentary there. I've spoken before about my attraction to you, but now I want to elaborate on the profound nature of it and the impact it has had. It has on me. What's the profound nature? You make me tickle in my no-no square. I like that.
You're no square, dog! Yay!
I'm not a cynic, nor a pessimist, but I had found myself at a point of, maybe it's just not for me. I didn't really click with anyone, didn't vibe the same way. My best friend would often say that I'm too smart for my own good, in a manner, regarding connecting with others, and he was right in a lot of ways. Oh yeah, just a little humble brag there. I wouldn't say that about myself, but my friend tells me that all the time. That I'm so intelligent and cute and smart, and also my friend is my mom. And then I met you. When my transfer finally resolved and I started working again, I didn't even think about making friends. I just wanted to kind of keep a low profile and silently work toward my goal. What's your goal? I want to hear more about that. I can't even remember what came across my mind when I first laid my eyes upon you. Words would do little justice in that moment anyway. How about like, whoa? That's a good word. There was no what ifs or should I's in that instance. Only the drive to approach this individual. To me, whom was glowing in this subtle manner beyond measure that I could not ignore, that I had to reach out to. Yeah, the aura, as the kids call it. Explaining the drive to approach this individual it's unsettling, but I guess not as much as if he had called her a female. This is all just his elaborate way of saying, oh, I saw my new hot coworker and I was like, damn!
My heart. I loved her. Wah.
That moment in my life has to have been written by the stars. Oh my god. It was 2 only course of action that made the truest sense. The only conceivable path for my life to continue. Because now, I cannot fathom a life without knowing you. Without being on this journey that we now find ourselves embarking on. God, dude. This is heavy. After a week? No thank you. Please, fucking, what? Some people might say OP is being a little flighty, that he's out here confessing his true feelings and whatnot. But I don't know, the humble bragging, the flowery way of talking without actually saying anything at all, it just puts me a little bit on edge. How you feel about it, Gubbins?
3 letters, 1 word goblin, infinite red flag. Say I barely know you, then write like diary goat in heat. Disgusting. Gubbins.
Diary goat in heat. Never. Okay, sure. It was almost funny, instead it just came out confusing. Whatever. Dude says, "Who are you, OP? Who can inspire these feelings, these thoughts, these sensations in me?" Please. Just never again. Is that the only reason she exists, like as a human? To make your pee-pee tickle? I'm pretty sure that's like a cool bonus that you can unlock, but yeah, you ain't gonna get too far on that. You fucked it up. The quest line's closed now, okay? That can rouse my sleeping heart and cast light upon me after a dark day. A question I will gladly spend my time figuring out, delighting in each and every aspect I learn about you. I hope to make you laugh and smile, hold you dear when you need it, and be there whenever you need me. I'm excited for you to learn more about me and to discover all the things I want to do with you. Maybe you should have considered letting her learn more about you before you wrote this fucking letter, you know? You're just putting your whole ass out there. I mean, 36 years old, he's probably like, I want to get married and have some kids, or, I don't know, maybe he has already. But truthfully, I don't think so. I don't get that vibe. Anyway, I think about what kind of dates we'd have, what sort of activities and adventures we'd get up to. I think about slower days, too, cuddling up on the couch, and just appreciating each other's company and energy. That's right, guy. Wrap yourself up in a nice wool blanket, clasp a mug of tea with both hands, and give a deep sigh. This is nice. That's all I want to do with you. That's all I'm thinking about while writing this letter. I'm a sucker for Earl Grey, that's all it is. I pause intermittently in my writing, see? Because I need moments to practice composure and sit in the awe I feel about you. That means his dingle and his dangle. Making some foul soap. I know about you. You're disgusting. Just be glad you didn't get any of it on the paper. Don't borrow his pen, though. You make me feel warm, OP. Seen. Heard. It may sound cliche, but I've never met anyone like you. That's right. You're not like other girls, OP.
I'm not even a girl. I'm a pterodactyl.
That so immediately spoke to my soul on a deeper level that I would know and actively live a moment of my destiny. Fucking delusions of grandeur going on here too. I don't know, man. I would vacate the area. I would not interact with this person any further. You make me smile the best smiles. Gay. Hey fellas, is it gay to be happy? No, literally, dude. Gay means happy. Now I'm just sitting here smiling like a goof. Oh, he's a goofy little goober, isn't he? You know what we do with goofy little goobers? Feed them a slice of birthday cake and then beat the shit out of them until they puke up everything they ate for a month. I don't think you're a funny or silly little guy. I think you're experiencing limerence and making people uncomfortable in the process. So fucking cut it out. Glad you're happy about that thing that almost happened, but you fucked it up. Whatever happened to just stoic dudes? Shit happens to them and they don't feel the need to comment on it all that much. Anyway, I'll wrap this up here, I suppose. There's a great deal more I'd like to express, but that will be for other letters, my dear. My dear. Signed, Creep. Yeah, okay. Cool. Awesome. I went looking for the other letters. They ain't there. But I bet they say a bunch of fucking imaginary, all too familiar nothing. Like, cuddle up on the couch and all this stuff. We haven't even had one date. You're a coworker. First of all, don't shit where you eat. But if you're going to, make sure it's gonna last. And this ain't gonna last. Now you gotta break it off, and who knows how that's gonna go. Might have to start looking for a new job or something like that. I guess I probably should take a look at the top comment. He pointed out the humble brag, I'm too smart for my own good. Poster also says, things happen to him outside his control. When my transfer is finally resolved, that indicates a lack of accountability and entitlement. Damn, I missed that one. Good catch. I fucking hate passive language. Weak language! When I laid my eyes upon you, this individual, you, that shows he's self-obsessed, first-person referral, nay, incessant talking about himself in first person and crediting himself with discovering you, failing to acknowledge you as a person outside of his discovery/grandiosity, refers to you as this individual, as though he has found and claimed you. A person, self-inflated, hints at narcissism and objectification of a human person. Again, that moment in my life must have been written in the stars. Like, what? That one didn't pass me by. It's fucking wild to say. The stars were set up this way so I could get my pee-pee wet. Generally pretentious, grandiloquent, bombastic, coupled with the incorrect use of who and whom, seems like some sort of mental illness, personality disorder, limerence, giving narcissism and self-obsession, performative inflation, the only conceivable path for my life to continue. Again, selfish, main character energy, flag planting you, a human being, in an obsessive and possessive way. Indicates infatuation and hints at potential, eventual, unhealthy, and narcissistic control. Again, on the journey we now find ourselves embarking on. Yeah, presumptive, main character energy, ascribing your feelings that he has not yet explored, or, I assume, have not yet been expressed by you, and a redundant preposition. Again, who are you that can inspire these feelings in me? Also, I pause intermittently in my writing because I need moments to practice my composure. What the hell? That is what writing is. And his pause doesn't merit any explanation beyond revealing that his composure is something that he must practice. Ooh, good catch there too. And then acknowledge as though seeking approval and praise. Wow, this commenter really pulled it apart. My first reaction was like, I'm not reading all that shit. But this is like a thunderbolt made of truth. I love it. Anyway, continuing, all this indicates performative displays of a false impression that he's attempting to project to you. I could go on. You make me feel warm. You make me smile the best smiles. Lack of accountability again. And external forces make him sprinkled with more grandiosity and self-inflation. It reads like a teenage Trump, trying his best to write a convincing love/obsession letter, like a business proposal that's drenched in manipulation and a false/pretentious poetry, but riddled with grammatical and vocabulary errors. Yeah, after he said how smart he was. It also has a subtext that indicates dishonesty, lack of self-awareness, and accountability, and a total belief in just how convincing and intellectual he sounds without recognizing the subliminal psychological dysfunction that is 100% evident to anyone with any sort of self-respect, caution, and a half-decent radar for bullshit. God damn. Man, this is just a nuclear post. My God. I was just going to say Dunning-Kruger, but this poster just lambasted him. I'll wrap this up here, I suppose. There's a great deal more I'd like to express, but that will be for other letters, my dear. Excuse me? More? It ends on a presumptive note, inviting himself into your life with satisfaction at his obviously great expression of love, obsession, and with a final possessive left-handed endearment. Please, get a red pen, mark all the corrections with the fervor of a crabby old ELA teacher, and run for the hills without looking back. This doesn't merit a response or invitation to try another pushy performance. he reads like a narcissist and should be carefully avoided. I'm sorry if this is someone that you might have developed some tentative feelings towards. Reading between the lines and along the lines, the subtext here is a huge red flag. Yeah, I did see that, but you spotted a lot more than me. You're good at this, Soli Guacamole. You want a job at Red X Industries? It don't pay shit, though, sorry. Run! Talk to HR, get a restraining order, build a wall with razor wire, run even further! Another wall with guards and a crocodile moat, run even further! Don a disguise and an invisibility cloak and keep on running and get a restraining order and save this post in case the police ever need evidence. Make a huge safety net between you and this narcissist because this is abnormal and dysfunctional behavior, and I believe there is no such thing as normal, so yeah. Red flag times 5 and a siren emoji. Cool. Yeah. Way to invalidate yourself in the last sentence of the post. Like, yeah, that is abnormal, but I don't believe in normal. So you do believe in abnormal? What the fuck is happening here? Other than that, yeah, you pointed out basically everything point for point. So high five for that, but much like ROP, I think this poster needs to learn when to stop writing. You say, okay, the letter's done now. If I'm this dude, I sit down, I write a letter. It was great talking to you. I'm very excited for our date. Maybe you draw a flirty, vague cartoon or something and put it on her desk.
I wonder what Sophie's flirty cartoon will be today. I really should ask her out for lunch.
Probably don't leave flowers, actually. I just saw that on Peep Show, and yeah, Mark is a weird guy. Probably not the best person to get love advice from. Anyway, killer post, killer reply. Hopefully OP's still alive and actively searching for a new job, as I would be. This next one it hits a little bit different. It's been floating around the Discord, discord.gg/redx, and the subreddit, r/redxreads. And now finally, Wafflestomping Girlfriend will make an appearance on the channel. So let's get over there and enjoy that story together, friends. Maybe we won't enjoy it, but it will be a story. Am I overreacting? She shit with me in the shower. Like you guys were doing it together? That means it's probably okay. But if you were just there while she was doing it, that means it's probably not okay. Anyway, OP says, hello, long-time lurker, first-time poster, throwaway, because I don't want this affiliated with my main. I, female 22, have been dating this girl, female 21, for about 3 months, and it's been great. The only red flag I've seen before this was that she was a bit messy, leaving things without putting them away, including trash. Well, yeah, I guess that's fine. We can work past that. Anyway, yesterday, we went to a karaoke club, got super wasted, and she spilled her drink all over us. No big deal. We went to my apartment. We were in the shower. Nothing intimate or anything, because we were way too drunk for that. But I remember looking down, and there was a streak on the bottom of the shower. And I asked her what it was. And I shit you not, she said, oopsie, I did a poopsie.
Oopsie, I had a poopsie. Girl, we gonna get along just fine.
And pushed the ball of shit into the drain with her toe. Who hasn't done a poopsie before? I will say at least she respected you enough to be honest about it, huh? Bonus points for that. I didn't know what to say. I kind of just stood there and, yeah, this chick really just pooped. I told myself that she was drunk and we could talk about it tomorrow, or I guess today. Fast forward to this morning, we woke up. I could not get what I saw yesterday out of my head, and so I tried to keep it light and laugh about the poo. Maybe try to get it into the toilet in the future. Oh yeah, that's a good joke, yeah. And then she goes on to explain that she just feels comfortable with me and doesn't want to hide who she is anymore. What? I asked her if she poos in the shower all the time, and apparently she does. I asked if she could refrain from doing so in my shower, and she agreed. I just feel like I can't move past this and look at her the same, and I kind of want to break up with her. Am I overreacting? I think a lot of people do weird shit, and if that's the weirdest that it gets and you really like her, I don't know, maybe you could overlook it. The drain in your shower is going to smell like just rancid toilet forever, but maybe it's worth it to you, you know? You got to weigh your options. She's not picking up the nugget off the floor and like log tossing it into the toilet. That's what a real savage would do. She's keeping it light, fun, clean. It rhymes. How can you be mad about that? Oopsie, I did a poopsie. Chris Strucker will let you know about a poopsie. How about you, Gubbins? Are you a log tosser or a waffle stomper?
She dropped caveman mud in sacred water bowl, then mash with toe like grape. 3 moons together and already she marked territory like feral beast. She not partner, she biohazard in lip gloss. Gubbins.
Okay, you didn't answer the question at all, so thank you for that. Maybe he doesn't know what it means. I sat here and tried to explain. He wasn't listening. That's fine. I go somewhere else sometimes too. I'm going to go somewhere else right now, like into the next post. So I'll see you over there. But be warned, it's pretty egregious. Am I overreacting? I'm about to go nuclear over a text that my kid's coach sent her. So my male 35 kids, 13 female coach, 60 plus male, sends messages on a group chat with her and her mother. I think it's weird, and I expressed concern multiple times to my ex to no avail. Well, I'll tell you this, Opie, sometimes you gotta take justice into your own hands. And if you think I'm jumping to conclusions, wait till we get to the photo part of this post. Well, yesterday he texted this on the group chat, and I about lost my mind. I called him and screamed about how sick and inappropriate that was. He tried to say, it was a joke. He was just trying to show her the color. He said creepy things in the past, but this is the most bold that he has gotten. I'm about to report him to the director of the club and make something happen to prevent this perv from being around a bunch of little girls. I just want to make sure I'm not overreacting, because I feel like I want to kill him for trying to take advantage of my kid. Like I said, street justice. If you want to knock on his door at 3 a.m. with a Red X Industries brand lead pipe, we can do that. You and me, buddy. So what's the thing he sent? Well, he says, have a great day, get some exciting gifts, I want to hear about them, enjoy the rest of your day. And the 13-year-old child says, yeah, I'll tell you about it, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good day and get good gifts, thank you. And then Creep says, are you having a good meal too? And then he sends this bottle of something, a naughty fusion of mango, passion fruit, and blood orange. Kinky pink! Oh yes, good for the kids, good for the adults. What's that? 17% alcohol by volume. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is grooming.
I'm calling the police. Hello? Jail time.
I'm pretty sure if OP went over to this guy's house and shot him dead, not a jury in the land would convict him. I'd be like, good, I'm glad. He's out there doing God's work. Creep says, I got a shot in my stocking that we all had to do. I thought you would like the name. Kinky Pink. It's a fucking 13-year-old. I swear to God, dude. Hit him until his legs don't work. Do you understand? Basically, everybody in the comments called it grooming, which, yeah, I already did. People in the comments said, oh, you should tell the school he shouldn't be a coach anymore. I'm on the side of he shouldn't be a fucking human being anymore. I'm for real, OP. You need some justice? Let me know, okay? We got boots on the ground. There is someone near you ready to assist. At least, you know, for a nominal fee. Anyway, I really hate everything that just happened, but we'll press on through into another post. Why not? Hopefully it can soothe my bloodlust. Oh, here's a recent one. Insecure boyfriend. Am I overacting? My boyfriend shamed me over having my hair removed. And he says, could I ask you something? And she says, yeah. And he says, how are you always hairless? I swear I've never seen a single hair on your body, except for your head. And OP says, yeah, I did laser hair removal for nearly 2 years. It does grow back occasionally in some areas, but it's always really fine, and I just wax it off. He says, wait, seriously? Like everywhere? And she said, yeah, everywhere except my face. It was a lot of money, but totally worth it. And he says, that's pretty wild. Oh, are you not into that? Well, excuse me. That sounds like a lot of time and pain and dollars invested. And truly, as long as she's happy with it, why does it fucking matter? OP just says, yeah, it's convenient. And he says, nah, that's just some whore behavior if you ask me. See, now you fucked up.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy.
I don't know, you could have gone a lot of different directions with it, but you went the worst possible way. OP says, what? And he says, you don't spend that much time and money lasering everywhere unless you plan on showing it off. And she says, ew, it makes me a whore because I got my hair removed? That is a wild accusation. The first word she used to describe it was convenient, which yes, I believe it would be. The only part I really have to shave is my beard, and that shit still gets out of control. Can you imagine having to shave your legs every few days? Fuck that. This chick is big brain time. And this dude's like letting his own insecurities get in the way. Fuck, man. But also whatever, I guess. You'll find out soon enough. He says, I'm just being honest. And Opie says, no, you're disrespectful. You asked, and I answered, and you shamed me over it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Harry or not, OP doesn't have to worry anymore. He's not going to see any of it ever again. Literally the dumbest shit. Like, you could have approached it 1,000 different ways, but you did the dumbest shit possible. You deserve what you get after this point. You couldn't have taken like 5 seconds to look at the thing you wrote and be like, gee, maybe I shouldn't call my girlfriend of 3 months a literal whore. That might be flying off the handle a little bit about a choice that she made with her own body. And especially one that's so inconsequential. One that, at the end of the day, probably benefits you as well in some way, doesn't it? Whatever, there's no talking sense into him. He's determined to be insecure about it, so good. Enjoy, I guess. I'll leave you to wallow in your misery. Let's go and find ourselves another post. This OP asks, am I overreacting? My friend went crazy when the guy she likes made a drawing of me. Warning, unhinged rant plus racism context in post. Okay, I guess we'll read the post first. So I'm 24 female and she's 24 as well. For some context, she's white and I'm mixed Japanese/Brazilian. There's this guy we both know through a mutual friend. We met him at the end of summer, I think. She is at his place a lot and told us they're dating, but when he asked, she said she's just a friend.
Would you say he's just a friend? Would you say he's just a friend?
I'll be honest, he's a confident guy, but when we first met, he was always awkward when we interacted. I presumed he didn't like me, so I was surprised when he got me a birthday gift last month. After that, we started hanging out more and became pretty good friends. I like collecting rocks as a hobby since childhood, and he's curious about it.
They're rocks, Hank.
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie, I got some geodes coming that are very delicate, all right?
A few times we would meet up, and he even gave me rocks that he thought I would like. It was very thoughtful and sweet. My friend started asking me about him and made shady comments. For example, she would imply that I'm not his type, that he's not interested, etc. They were very snarky remarks, very low-key and subtle. One time, he said that my eyes were stunning, and she started laughing hysterically and called him a sleazy liar. At that point, I was still under the illusion that she was my friend, so I thought she was just messing around or being funny. A few days ago, he surprised me with a drawing he made of me, which of course was very sweet. It looked great and was one of the nicest things that I've ever received. Well, she started acting very weird when she found out. No, how could this happen? He was supposed to draw me like one of his French girls. Yeah, life's tough, bitch. I don't know. Suck it up. Like she would give me weird looks and even mocked him. She talked crap about him behind his back and called him pathetic. Oh yes, he's the pathetic one here for sure. At one point we had this text exchange and she basically revealed her true self. I'm shocked, but at the same time, not shocked. Like Fry from Futurama.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
So am I overreacting with my responses? Don't get me wrong, I know she's terrible, but in my opinion, my replies were vicious, and I know she's probably still crying snot and tears as we speak. Or so we like to believe. But yeah, I guess we'll judge it for what it is. Let's see some bloodshed. The friend says, hey, sis, I say this with good intentions, because I don't want to see you get hurt. But he isn't into you like that, so it's best you just forget about him and move on. Like, I really care about you, so I don't want to see you get into shit. Like, you deserve so much. I really do prefer interacting with dudes on this type of level, you know? This is so two-faced and catty and horrible. Like, you say the exact opposite of what you mean. How do you go through life like that? Like, at least if a dude hates me, he's gonna come out and say it. Whatever. OP just says, lol, what the F? I'm not even into him. What the fuck are you waffling on about? I'm laughing. Yeah, just in case you couldn't tell with the laughing emojis. She says, I can see you're trying to be close with him, and it's embarrassing, because I feel bad for you. Not gonna lie. You're not his type, and that's okay, girl. OP says, LMFAO, who's trying to get close? Are you drunk? Is this about the drawing he made of me? Lol. So is that why you're suddenly acting weird? You're mad at me for something he did? Huh? And she says, that drawing means nothing. He does things because he feels bad for you, and you just don't see it. Really trying to just keep twisting that narrative. We're going to end up with something. Pretzel-shaped pain and heartache, most likely. OP says we're good friends, and he's obviously a sweet guy. What exactly did I do wrong, though? I'm trying to understand. Why are you so pressed? And she says, listen, you guys aren't that close, and he's obviously not interested in you. You know how many times I've been to his place? Like, we've been doing it since, like, October, and y'all never even hugged. Skull emojis. He's awkward around you because he doesn't find you attractive. Also, no offense, but he's only into tall white girls. Have you seen his exes? They're literally 10 out of 10 model types, so I'm more his type, not some ghetto Barbie hood rat. Men like him want to take home a classy lady, not some adult film star. Oh yes, and this is just the classiest behavior out here. I mean, I'm glad the mask came off, you know? You deserve to know, OP. She's a two-faced horrible bitch, and now we can move on. OP says, lol, ghetto Barbie hood rat sounds hot, actually. And I'm confused. Why are you calling me a adult film star? Isn't that supposed to be a good thing, Lamau?
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. That's why porn stars are so well adjusted. What? Are you stupid? I get you're trying to bite back, but like you're burning yourself in the process. What the fuck? Anyway, she says, it's funny how you showed your true racist self just because you feel threatened. And she says, I'm not racist at all. I'm just telling you the truth and protecting your heart. Everything he does is calculated. And he's only used you because you're so easy. And I meant heart, not hard. He feels bad for you because he probably thinks you're autistic, lol. You collect rocks while I play with his balls? Who's winning? We're not the same. He's basically sweet to you because you do autistic things like that. It's not genuine. This is a fucking wild ride to take, you know? Like, clearly you don't have the grip on him that you think you do because he's out here drawing pictures for other bitches. So, I don't know. Maybe you're the one that needs to readjust, reevaluate a little bit. Seems to me like OP's winning, which even then, like, yeah, like this dude's some sort of prize. Like, OP just says, why would you make fun of someone for having a hobby, LMFAO? What are your hobbies? What are you doing when you're not sleeping with him to try and get commitment? You've been flinging your weary clown pocket at him since October in hopes of getting scraps of commitment. I'm tired, boss. That is your oyster ditch talking.
My nigga just got roasted,
Wow. And then you have the audacity to be mad at me for something I didn't even do. What the fuck? And I don't even like him like that. As I said, why are you bringing this petty shit to me and not him? You're sick. And she says, we did it like 40 plus times. Yeah, that's what really counts. I feel bad for her desperation, like she wants the commitment but doesn't know how to get it. But also, shit, man, I don't know. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Y'all look stupid to me. He actually likes me, but I can't say the same for you, TBH. What have you guys done together, lol? Nothing. The fact he made that ugly drawing means nothing. Like I said, he feels bad for you because you're giving autism. Every time he texts you, there's a high chance that he's balls deep in me, so mind your business, biatch. Like, that's the biggest form of winning for you in life. He batter dipped the cranny axe in the gut locker. I'm sure he wouldn't do that for just anybody. Most guys would. OP says, what? You're actually not normal. Get help. I beg you. And she says, he wants white babies, not some Japanese Latina mutts. Oh my God. It is getting savage. OP says, lol, remember the other day when you were crying about having lines on your forehead? You have them because you're racist white trash, so your evil spirit shines through. Only going tit for tat with the racism, huh? The girl who thinks being an adult video star is a good thing is gonna tell people about evil spirits, huh? Maybe you should just fucking say nothing at all. Maybe you're both better off if you keep your mouth shut. That's the thing I like the most about you. It's quiet when you're around. And it's time for a new round of Botox and fillers, sis, says OP. Your age is starting to show at the ripe age of 24, LMAO. Get effed, you racist psycho. Oh wait, you already have been by him and it's still not enough for a relationship. Oh my, coffin emoji, rose emoji. And she says, wow, I can't believe he actually said that. This friendship is dead. It's been dead for a while, I think. Now she wants to come in and play the victim. You're cruel and sick and demented, bitch. Never talk to me or text me again. You were given up for adoption because your bio parents could see that you would grow up to be an evil, home-wrecking slut whore. Damn. There really is a lot of bloodshed in this exchange, you know? Everybody's going for the throat. Nobody's going home alive. Wow. Why don't you just back off my man and mind your ghetto business, you smelly, ugly pirate hooker? And OP says, go back to sleep, you illiterate, tiny mustache man fan. You know who likes to see a little bit of bloodshed? Gubbins. Did you like that one, buddy?
Good. Break bones with words. Make her soul limpy. No need apologize when mirror finally reflect ugly true. You did good. Gubbins.
You did good. That's what I know. I mean, both of you, nobody came away pretty from this thing. Everybody looks ugly in this exchange. I'll be real honest with you. But if we're asking who got the best, I mean, I'm tired, boss. Fucking took me out. This was just complete savagery, and I love to see it. I enjoy Am I Overreacting very, very much. Maybe you could enjoy it also on Spotify or iTunes. And if you don't want to do that, maybe you could support the channel on Patreon or YouTube memberships. And if you don't want to do that, there's a fourth wall for the merch, and that's about all the things that I want to plug, I guess. But I do want you to remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely, definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.
何バカ何バカ何バカ何バカ何バカ